Passage 46, Cooking Class. Alice Martin and her father Paul loved to bake, so they decided to take a cooking class together. Cooking can be a rewarding hobby, and they both wanted to improve their skills in the kitchen. The class assembled at the community center. There were not many people in the class, but Alice and Paul were optimistic. Fewer students meant more individual attention from the instructor. Creating new recipes can be difficult, their instructor told them, but with dedication, it can also be exciting. Their instructor went on to tell them that being a great chef requires planning and patience. She handed out the recipe they would be trying out that day, and everyone got started. That night, they would be making a casserole. Alice and her father had never tried making a casserole, but they weren't discouraged. The worst thing that could happen would be burning it, Alice observed. They began by cooking the noodles and setting the temperature on the oven. Preheating the oven is a crucial part of cooking. Alice let the noodles simmer on the stove while her father chopped tomatoes and onions. Once the noodles were cooked, Alice started making the sauce. Stirring the sauce repeatedly for 5 to 10 minutes was vital to the recipe. That would allow the ingredients to properly mix. At the end of class, once everyone had finished making their casseroles, they got to taste their creations. Alice and her father's casserole was just okay. A better outcome, they decided, would have resulted from using higher quality ingredients. But they had to be thankful because the worst thing that could have happened would be burning or dropping the dish, which they were both glad not to have done. In the end, they were satisfied with their dedication and patience throughout the project, despite the dish not turning out the way they had hoped. Plus, as their cooking instructor reminded them, there was always next week.